And that was the thing with the struggles on the school committee, was that every time we wanted to bring something up, it was always a problem. I don't want to say a problem, but I would always get questioned, and I would ask myself, why am I getting questioned for something that's going to benefit the students? And we seen how they cut off the I don't know if you guys knew, but last year, the beginning of the 2018 school year, they cut off the business department. And we talk about, teaching our students things that they will need in after high school. When we cut off a business department, we're no longer teaching these students, entrepreneurship skills. We're not teaching them, how to be good, how to finance your money and how to be good administrators. We're removing that, and we're just giving them, more courses that, are more reading. And it's just, for me, it wasn't fair that they were cutting off these departments. I didn't learn how to do how to go and do my own taxes or, things like that until I was out of high school. These are things that we're supposed to be teaching our students, how to be good administrators when it comes to financing your own money. And that's the thing about the school system. We have to offer more things that students are going to be attracted to. We see how the Northeast Vocational School has shops, where students could go, if they want to be a plumber, if they want to be an electrician, or if they want to be a nurse or a dental hygienist.
And they have their choice.
And they have their choice. If we had something similar in Chelsea, we would see more students, wanting to come to school, being, they'll have the opportunity to, we someone. If we just throw courses and courses and courses, not all of us are the same. Some of us could get through it with the readings and with all the, math tests and all that. I was never a perfect student. I wasn't, and I didn't have horrible grades either. They were just average. I knew I could have done better. And it wasn't until senior year till I did do better. But like I said, it's not fair that we keep on cutting these courses, but yet we are applying other things that are benefiting, I want to say, administrators. Because when I was, when we were talking about in the budget meetings, I seen that they were adding more and more administrators year by year. And
it's actually something you brought up, right? In a meeting?
Yeah, it was something that I did bring up in a meeting. I questioned the superintendent, Mary Burke, and I asked her, if our enrollment is going down, then why are we adding more and more administrators?
So this is enrollment of students, right?
Enrollment of students. We're losing most of our students to cities like Revere, Lynn, where rent is cheaper than Chelsea. So it was a battle on the school committee. It was a huge battle. It was a big headache, not because of my constituents, because my constituents were the reason why I kept on going. It was a headache because of the people that I was working with. Not all of them, because some of them were pretty good people, and they did, put in the work and showed up to meetings. But a lot of some of these members were just there, in my opinion, because, it just looks better in their resume, or it's a career where they could, just go step by step climbing the political ladder. That's how I seen it.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely, so just to bring it back to the idea of where students have a choice in classes they take. And so a reason why I loved school because I got to show my friends and stuff, but I'll say a reason why I didn't like to go to school, because I was in classes that I didn't like to do. I was in classes that I didn't care about, you know what I mean? I didn't find an interest to go. So I was that student that was, I wasn't a dickhead to my teachers, and I wasn't talking back or nothing, but I would fall asleep in the back of the class, or I would skip class because I was like, why do I need this? You know what I mean? And I definitely agree with you in if I had a choice, I think I would have engaged in school, high school, I'm talking specifically, in a more not aggressive, but in a more just where I would have been actually wanting to go, for the education, not for, not for fooling around with Jason and roast sessions in the cafeteria. You know what I'm saying? Which were fun.
Those were funny. I think I sat in a couple of those tables when you guys would roast on each other.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But
go around in circles, bro.
But I feel if I learned stuff like finance, or if I learned I don't know, wood shop or something, stuff that interests me, you know what I mean? I would have been more I would have wanted to go. But when you give me a class, I liked playing guitar. I'm not knocking the guitar, but like when you gave me a class, like a choice to either pick guitar or like a computer class, you know, I was like, nah, I might as well take the guitar class, you know, so I could fool around. That was my thought process, instead of being like, this, you know, a class that I want is, oh, this is the class I want. It could help me in the future. It was like more of a class that, you know, oh, my buddies are taking this, so I'm just going to take it because whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with, I wish I had a choice, bro.
Yeah. And
so
yeah, go ahead, Jason.
I want to agree with both of you, but I also want to disagree, because I do feel to some degree, students should get a choice in what they get and what they get to learn, because if you get a choice, then you are the captain of what you're learning. But there are things that then will go neglected if you do that. If you just tell students, all right, pick whatever you want to learn, then maybe stuff like chemistry and physics and math, which are usually the subjects
you love. I know you love.
Yeah, which are usually the subjects that get neglected, will get neglected.
No. I understand. I believe, you know, I agree with you. Totally agree with you. There should be a limit. You know, we obviously don't want students just taking, finance, piano, and just elective classes. But, you know, there should also be a limit. I remember going to my guidance counselor and, you know, telling her, I want to switch out of this class. But then the classes they were offering me were like, what am I going to do with reading a book and then watching the movie? I forget what class that was. I think it was.
Page to screen, bro. I took that class. You know what I did? I slept in the back, bro.
So it's like not Mr. Sargent. I took that class from Mr. Sargent. I ended up taking it, but not to bash on those type of classes. But, you know, when we're not offering classes for all of our student population, and we're just offering classes for some of our student population, then we are neglecting the fact that students who have a harder time, you know, learning in class and, you know, being more attentive, we're neglecting their decision of wanting to take a class that's actually gonna, you know, fit their criteria of what they want to do. Listen, I do agree. All 4 core subjects should be taught, and there's no reason why that should be removed. You know, all 4 core subjects: science, math, history, and English. I do believe that. You know, my favorite classes were always English and history, as you can see, you know, being where I am. But, you know,
mine were math and science.
Yeah, I know. I always seen, when I would go into French class, I would see Jason. I don't know if it was, I forget what class was in that, with Mr. Peacock. Did you have Mr. Peacock?
Yeah, I had Peacock.
I would always talk to him. I didn't even have him as a teacher. Dude was super cool.
I did that with a lot of
one of the chillest teachers. One of the chillest teachers.
But I would, you know, I always like talking to everyone. But that's one thing, you know, like, it's just, we want to give the students not just a choice where they're going to, I'm going to choose all the good ones, but I'm going to leave out the core subjects. No, definitely not. Always a limit, but we want to offer more. Instead of, you know, spending $25,000 on paying intern teachers from Salem State, which I believe is great, we should save those $25,000 and add them into curricular activities, like bringing back the business department, or, you know, just adding different resources that are going to help our student population.